All right, good morning, everybody. We are live. Let me get this tweeted out here. All right, I just kind of, I don't know why, my Thinkorswim, every time I log in, it you have to readjust the sizes. I think it has to do with the clouds for some reason, but I don't know, maybe I should save it before I close or something to save the workspace. But let's see. So right now, yeah, futures are down still, which is exciting. Amazon's definitely going to be on the list just because of all the nonsense that their leadership is going through. So that should definitely be on the list. It's definitely on the list. Obviously, Mattel, Hasbro. Let's see how they're looking right now. Let me just get these charts a little bit. So annoying. Here we go. There. There. Cool. See, it's like it wants to go. I think it tries to make space for the clouds. Hold on one second. Alright, there. Let's get the 15 up. Goodness gracious. Sometime today. It's just that there's so much data, I suppose. Let's see, there. There. Alright. Yep, so you can see here just on the 15-minute chart that the S&P futures are below the mid-Bollinger Bands, also below the cloud too, so we'll see how it handles those levels as we get to the open. We'll switch over to the SPX and see what that's doing. Let's see, right now, so let's see, we had Hasbro. Let's see how that's looking. I think Mattel had a beat. So this was so Hasbro had a pretty big miss, reversed all the way up here. So this will be interesting, definitely to watch the 15 orb on this. The options on Hasbro, I believe, I think they're kind of challenging, if I recall. Yeah, like 50-cent spreads and stuff. So that's let's see how Mattel looks. 'Cause it's gonna, yeah, I mean, 10-cent spreads, but if it gets a move, it's possible. I mean, it's pretty cheap too. So, but definitely gapping up nicely there. So we'll look to see if that can get some follow through. Let's see how Amazon looks. Yeah, so definitely down after hours, and this will be a really interesting one to watch the 15 orb on. Just because, I mean, if their leader is getting in this weird battle with tabloids, I mean, it means he's not focusing on running the business, right? So the market typically doesn't like that. So we'll have to see how that behaves there. Give me one second. Pull up a couple stuff. Yeah, so we didn't really have any inside 60 anchors of note on the FANG stocks yesterday. So today, just going to kind of take it easy at the open and just kind of see what the market gives us. CMG too. We'll watch that at the 30-minute orb level, and we'll keep an eye on Amazon here too. Also, Johnson & Johnson is now going to be posting the prices of their pharmaceuticals, which I think is great. So they can just show how much they've been gouging the public. So we'll see how that reacts to that. There's a big cloud it's going into here on the 15-minute time frame. So that should be interesting. And Boeing, had a meteoric run, right? But this obviously it's highly affected by trade news. It's just the go-to stock for for China news. So, big news kind of released today or overnight with the chance of negotiations not going well and stuff like that. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this too on the 15 to see how it reacts to that news. So those are kind of the main orbs that we're looking at this morning. Let's see if there's anything else going on. Just the Fly just tweeted out some pre-market movers. Just nothing really, just Mattel and Hasbro. So just this is the stuff we already had. Let's see. So let's see what we got going on. Let me check in the chat room, see if we're actually online here. Oh, good. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Yeah, so it's just a Friday, so just be careful when trading options. Obviously, in Robinhood, if we're gonna trade anything, well, we've switched to scalping options, and we're doing the verticals. Let's see how that's looking this morning. See if McDonald's and target or, I'm like gapping down at all. Anything? Yeah, there's a couple little ticks down here for target. That would be really good. There's the opening bell. Sorry if it was loud. Good morning, everybody. What's up, V Herms, California? Oh man, 6:30. Gosh, I tell you, I would love to trade from Hawaii. Because I'd be done with the entire day by like noon, and I could just enjoy the beach in the afternoon. So I'm a morning person anyway, as you guys probably see with my tweets. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you, man. Andrew, how are you? Let's take a look. Let's look at Andrew. Let's take a look at SPX on the 15. Obviously, it's going to be gapping down. So kind of something interesting. The other day we did the congestion zones, and up here, we had a big congestion zone that we were working on from this day. This is the day after. We talked about it on the 4th. So, there's a couple congestion zones on the 15-minute time frame here, and I just kind of extended it forward, and you can see that it served as, pretty good resistance, right? And so eventually it broke to the downside, and then we had drawn a larger resistance zone down here, and you can see, hold on, let me see what we did. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, we had drawn this larger resistance zone, or congestion zone, forgive me. Because it represented here, congestion here, congestion here. This whole screen looks like congestion, but you get the idea. And we extended it forward. And interestingly enough, yesterday when the market gapped down, it reversed right at this congestion zone level and then came back up. So now we're gapping down right back to it. So we'll see how it handles it. Seems to be trying to do an initial reversal here, but obviously we'll give it at least 15 minutes before the bears and the bulls can can decide which way they want to go. Yeah, but Andrew, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're if we go to kind of my theory here on the market, we've got the move down, and we had A, so wave B, because this is an impulsive move down. So I'm thinking, zigzag. So I'm thinking like in sort of a subway A, B, C down to B. I don't think it'll go all the way to the lows. I think it'll probably get closer to this pitchfork level, and then eventually test C, and then after that, that would finish this subwave 2. This would have been subwave 1, and after that subwave 2, I think we could get a huge impulsive move down, but that looks like it would be somewhere mid-year, so maybe April or June, somewhere in this kind of range. So we'll just see what it's working on. It might be working on this, obviously it might test this channel level, that 2600. See how it handles that. If it breaks down, then the whole world might get super bearish on this. And then while everybody's getting super bearish and world's coming in, then it'll bounce back up to C. A bunch of people will get back in again, saying the bear market is over, and then it'll all the way down. So we'll see. That's my theory right now. What's going on, Richard? Good to see you. Andrew, good morning. Parakeet, good morning. CMG could have nice. Oh, I know, man. You rocked it, man. That was I couldn't believe it. I mean, then it just it's ripped yesterday. It's I mean, it was pretty incredible. So let's see how it looks here today. Yeah, it's kind of hanging out. We're gonna watch the 30-minute orb on this one just to see if it does anything. I'm not seeing too much crazy movement this morning. I mean, we're yapping down, but nothing really, not a lot of momentum going on right now. Harvey, good morning. Kevin, good morning. Jordan, good morning. Daniel, good morning. Matt, good morning. Good to see everybody. Appreciate everybody jumping in. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm not going to trade anything until probably 9:45. Not really too compelled to do anything until we see what the market wants to do. We didn't, like I said, we didn't have any 60-minute anchors to really deal with or work with this morning. I mean, if anything, we had Amazon, which gave a hammer, but obviously that's not going to be doing too well. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that 15 orb there is cooking a nice short for us potential. So let's see how that handles that. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to try to get long around this 1570 region, so we'll see how it handles that. But it's got a long way to fall too. It came up a lot. The hourly time frame, we can kind of just take a look here. We did have a pretty good push into the close. This was actually the most bullish close of all the FANG stocks that we saw. So it's kind of interesting. It's like they almost set it up so that it could go down, just to sucker anybody in at the end and then poof like that. I mean, you just can't. That just looks manipulated to me. So we'll see how it works out. It is getting, just based on that, it was already pretty oversold on the hourly. Let's see how it looks on the daily. Yeah, just kind of middle of the range, it's kind of doing nothing. If we scroll in though, let's see. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, so it's pretty compressed on the Bollinger Band. The Bollinger Bands are the orange ones here. So, it tested the lower Bollinger Band yesterday and came back up, and now it gapped right down to it. And also, basically, these the red cloud and the kind of the white cloud right here, it kind of gapped right into that area. So we'll see if that serves as some sort of support. I'm not afraid to do a reversal either on it. So, definitely we'll check that out. Seems to be coming up. Everything seems to be coming up a bit. Let's go back, check out the future charts here. It doesn't cloud my. Look at that. Woo! Nice reversal. Powerful right there on the future. So, I would suppose if if it could break out through this cloud, if it really wants to, it could get pretty bullish. So just watch that level there. That maybe 2700 would be key, but kind of this 2695. Well, it's already over 26. There we go. Goodness gracious, look at that. So that could change things in sentiment a little bit, but let's see how it handles there. Just tested it, came back in, pushing above it. Let's see how that's how the SPX is responding to those futures. So yeah, that's coming right up into the mid Bollinger Band right there. So a little bit different, right? A little bit different between the futures and the S&P. So let's just look. See, this is pushing through a cloud, pushing to the upper Bollinger Band, right? Whereas the SPX is pushing to the mid Bollinger Band. So both kind of going into some pretty heavy resistance, or into some resistance. So not necessarily heavy. So we'll watch. Pretty big range though there so far, 6 points on that. So if you bought right at the open, it would have been a decent move, but a little too risky. Let's see how Mattel is doing, and Hasbro. We'll go back to Amazon. Mattel's doing really well. That's a big orb. So when you get a big orb like this, that's bigger than most of its bars, right? Like that you see. So when you get a big one like that, pretty much what you could do is expect it to go inside, and then depending on where it closes inside, if it closes the upper range and it still looks bullish, that you could trade a break, potentially to the upside. But a big bar like this, you really don't want to have, a stop at the bottom of that bar if it's relatively large compared to its usual range. Hasbro. Another big range came back in, and that's why it's really tough to trade the open, right? So I like this. I like how this kind of cloud is like right here. Let's see how it holds that today. I don't see Amazon. Now let's go through the fangs and see how they're looking. So Amazon's kind of, it's kind of what kind of range we got on this bar right here? That is only a $5 range on Amazon. So definitely tradable if you're an Amazon trader. Good volume. Already as much as the first 15-minute bar last time. It's still 5 minutes left. So let's see if any more volume comes in on that one. Yeah, let's get Johnson & Johnson. Big range bar there. Crazy. That's gonna be a tough orb to trade right there, because it's probably gonna hold that range most of the day. Because look at that, it tagged the yesterday's low, and then almost tagged yesterday's high. It's probably just gonna chop around in there. So it probably, unless you see something amazing on it. What was the other one? Boeing. Green. So we'll see how it handles that. It's in yesterday's range now, so it's testing yesterday's low. If it gets rejected, just watch and see how it handles if it goes inside there, and then might be able to see like a break to the downside. All right, let's look at the fangs. Let's look at Facebook, see what it's doing. Okay, tried to get into yesterday's range, came back at Apple, not doing anything. Pretty boring Friday so far. Really, not a lot I mean, I like that it was gapping down. That was cool. Netflix would have been nice there if anybody caught that. That's a pretty sweet move from the lower Bollinger Band all the way up to the mid Bollinger Band, and now it's above it. So that's definitely worth watching. Let's see how it looks on the 60-minute time frame. See, it's coming up, to test the hammer of yesterday. So you can use that as an anchor. This bar, it's not an inside anchor, but it was really close. It was off by like a penny. So see how it tests that level, right? So the low there was 342.77, and the high here is 342.72. So if it can't break into that range, with any sort of power, then chances are it's gonna reverse, right? So, but it is on this hourly time frame. It does have this cloud, so just watch. It might consolidate a little bit and then push. That was a pretty decent move on Netflix this morning from the lower Bollinger Band. And let's see, Nvidia, the king of reversals, very similar. So just breaking out over its hourly cloud there. It's blue here because it's in this big blue cloud that I have programmed in. And let's see, Google just doing nothing. See how Tesla's down $3. Yeah. AMD is pretty flat here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I mean, nice move up from the lows, but let's go back, check out SPX. Got 4 more minutes until the 9:45 area. Oh, got some more. What's going on, everybody? Let's see. So we've got Rohit. What's going on? Welcome. IWM is green. Nice. Yeah, good catch there. So maybe that'll lead the market up today. And yeah, Justin, let's see if we get over 26.97. That would be good. Otherwise down. So you can definitely see that. Yeah, pretty much rejected there by the mid Bollinger Band right there. So like you said. So looks like it might be a little bit choppy today. I'm just not seeing a lot of push going on, either at the top or either up or down. Other than the gap down, that was pretty much the most exciting thing going on. Netflix, I mean, you could watch Netflix today to see if it goes red to green. So if it goes up another $3, you might have another chance for a push. So it's going into some cloud resistance here. It might get up to like 344 or something like that, but I don't know. Not too compelling. But yeah, Rohit, glad you made it, man. Yeah, and mostly just just kind of open up in the every other Friday I'm able to trade from home, so I just kind of open it up and just kind of can see if there's anything interesting that fits the strategies I like to talk about. So we just kind of notice different things and kind of point things out. So hopefully just kind of reviewing the market this morning and talking about different resistance levels and support levels is helpful. I'm not feeling super ambitious about jumping in anything this morning because there's no anchors really to trade off of, and the orbs are looking pretty boring. I mean, let's see what Mattel's doing. See how it came off of that? That's why it's really hard to trade these things, right at the open. You want the bears to put their line in the sand and the bulls to put their line in the sand. So this is coming in pretty nicely. Definitely worth looking at for a reversal. But I mean, did pretty decent earnings. They made money instead of lost money. But I think if it did reverse, it could get down to 13.50. Let's see Hasbro. I like how it reversed pre-market, so I mean, it made it really difficult, and it's put in that big range. So we'll see if it holds these levels. Looks like it's really consolidated for a long time. Finally got a little volatility injected into it today. Let's go back and see how SPX is hanging in there. Green, but nothing amazing. Oh, let's check out our $50,000 challenge stocks. So Target still annoying me at this 72 level. Golly, look at that. I like how it pushed to the downside. It pushed all the way down to the 71. This is the beauty of having the spreads on, so you don't have to worry about this crazy choppy volatility. Let's see how McDonald's is looking. Up 3 cents, 8 cents, no big deal. Plenty of resistance ahead over it too. I like that. and FedEx is good. That's helping. So this one I really think is going to get down pretty low. If we go to the if we go to the daily, you can kind of see what I was looking at. I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Gosh, let me get these off here. Sorry. So all in all, with FedEx, the idea was, yeah, is that it could get down to 112 by May. But anyway, lots of chop here. Wave 1, ABC 2, and then sort of worked on a wave 3. So this would say subwave 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the sub-wave 2. So then we started to work on wave 3, so we got that here. Then we worked our way up to wave 4. Okay, and then I think we're going to work our way to this sub-wave 5, which would be wave 3 bottom. Okay, and then so basically this area is probably going to be around like 150 is kind of like my guess, maybe a little bit lower, and it might take a month or so. So I've got the April put spreads, and then I think it'll go back up, test wave 4, and then it'll really go down, and that'll be like the push. So hopefully we can get make some profit on that before earnings, and then just bank then, and we'll see how the earnings go. Because it might get, let's say it gets down here and then earnings are good, it takes you back, to start back to wave 4, and then eventually, I don't know, some news comes out and it takes it down to wave 5. So far so good with all that. Paul, what's going on? Yeah, indices are struggling definitely. Rohit, good to see others do it. Yeah, man, it's always helpful to learn. It's nice, it's fun. It's fun to do. Andrew, BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond breaking out. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's go to the candlesticks. Big range on that on this first hour here. Very, very difficult stock to trade. It's because of the price. It's very cheap, so it doesn't move very much. So to make money on it, you got to buy a lot of shares, and then every tick of it, drives you nuts. So. But yeah, good catch on this one. It is looking strong. It's at the mid BB on the 15. Kron. Let's see how that's looking, Paul. Yeah, it's down 44 cents. So this is your yesterday's high. That's pre-market. Yeah, so this is yesterday's high right here. So yeah, let's see if that can push 50 cents. I think if it did, right, that would be something to note. Let's see. Basically, break of yesterday's high. I'll put. Could be strong. All right, first 15-minute bars are closed, obviously. So let's just go through our. Let's look at Amazon. Wow. So I missed that, but you can see there it had a nice 15-hour breakdown, then reverse. So there was your 15 orb right there. So it was 1578. So a nice 6-point move right down there on the break of that. So that's kind of coming back up a little bit. So see how it handles a retest of that 1578 level. It comes back up. Let's see. Johnson & Johnson is probably inside. Yeah, inside 15 right there. So wait to see how that closes. Boeing. Okay. That's inside 15. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm going to put an alert just on the high and the low of that, and just see which way RSI is pointing if it were to break one way or the other. A break of that inside 15 would take it into yesterday's daily range, so that could get a nice push there. So worth watching that. How are option prices looking on this? They should be relatively good. It's Friday, so again, yeah, that's nice. So 70 cents or something like that. So there's a potential auto play on Boeing at some point. What else? FB on the bounce side, flag is breaking down, fill the gap. Let's see. What's going on, CJ? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this yeah, I see what you're saying. So, yeah, we'll see how it handles, how what type of bar it puts in here on the first 60 minutes. So So kind of inside 15 bar right there. What we got? Oh, Boeing just... It was pretty close to the top of that range. It was like a northern doji, so let's just... I'm not going to trade it right now. Obviously, I want the 15. Besides, it was a 30-minute orb. No, was it 15? Yeah, it was 15 today because of the news. So it's back in yesterday's range, or it's attempting it. So not tradable yet, but you know that's the type of thing. You know, maybe a little scalp you could try there. You know, see if it gives you a little another push into the range or the stop. You know, pretty tight stop, but you know, not. I'd like to see that close first to see where it closes. What else is going on? Let's go back to SPX. See what that looks like. Oof, rejected, huh? Yeah, 26.89. I know. What's up, Justin? Prayer K, just take a quick short on small caps. Nice, good job, buddy. Richard, what's going on? HRB, red to green. Yep. NVMD. Sorry, close. Yeah, no, it's fine. Paul, Intel, FedEx, GS. Nice, man. Good, good. Yeah, Intel had that end up turning out probably. It kind of cracked below that topping tail. Yeah, nice. And now it's down a little bit more. So good job on that, Bo. Yeah, very nice. And what else? Yeah, GS. Yeah, GS. I just had my timing was bad on that one. I really think it can get to 185, but that should be working out great for you. Good job on that. And FedEx, yeah, FedEx definitely. Oh, I see CJ, 15-minute chart. Yeah. We scroll out. Yeah, nice move down though, you know, even with all this, and then like you said, there was a bit of a flag here and kind of retested it. I mean, if you did like a channel here just from yesterday's lows, kind of like there to there, you know, it's kind of rejecting that here at the cloud. Is Twitter going down, man? Is that should have been on the 30-minute list today. So let's see how that's looking on the 30 orbs. Didn't really give us much yesterday, so I like how it's dropping here. That is nice. So we'll see how it handles that. See how that closes. Let's see how it did on the 15. The 15 was nice. I mean, I like to trade the 30s on day 2, but the 15 was definitely doable. Look at that. Good catch, Paul. Yeah, I see this 15 orb here, break there at $30, you know, all the way down a quarter, which is pretty good on Twitter. All right, back to SPX. See how that's doing. I think I was going red. I mean, this is actually kind of like a, you could look and see if it does another break to the downside here. See if it retests the lower Bollinger Band. So that low there is 26.91. So you know, if it breaks to the downside again, it may retest 26.88. Not a huge move, but possible. Just want to see how it handles the yesterday's lows. What else? Amazon back to 1575. Yep. Looks like, you know, broke that area there and it's kind of continuing down. So that's a would have been a good 15 orb probably there. Let's see. Looks like Hasbro and Matt again. Hazmat. Okay, there you go. So here it's actually breaking down here. So 88.56 is the level. It's already broken down through there, so it might have some range to check. I don't know if I'm going to trade this though, but you know, 80. I mean, 25 cents. It is tough to trade, and it doesn't have a lot of volume on it. So that's the only thing that makes these stocks really tough. It's good for educational purposes, for educational purposes only. To see how those trade. Mattel inside 15 there, so not too much going on with that. See how well, if it, you know, closes inside here at the top, that might be worth a long. These let's see how these options are looking. 10 cents. I mean, just a little bit of volume today. So people have been playing with it today. That's pretty good. So we'll see. Target back below 72. That's good. I like that. How's McDonald's doing? J&J. Let's see how that's 15 is doing. Nice. Yeah, overall, market sentiment is choppy and weak. I will watch this here to see how Johnson & Johnson handles this. Amazon 1577. Facebook. Let's see on Netflix. Netflix, see it's down $4. Never even tried to go green. Nvidia came down $1. Just tough morning to tough open to trade today. Amazon's definitely the point of interest. But also difficult to trade. Look, it took the 15 orb down to 1572, came all the way back up here. So see if it puts in a reverse tomorrow. If the market gets strong today, going long over 1586 would not be a horrible idea, right? So over the 15-minute orb break here, then right, your next retest of yesterday's lows is 1592, and if Amazon wants to be super strong, it could break through there and then test your cloud 1600. It could try it. That might be a potential lotto play. If that comes up later, I'll tweet it out so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And what else? Microsoft. Inside 15. Tesla loves this 300 number. It's just ridiculous. It just always goes to that. I've been tracking that level for so long. I removed the bar. I had like 2 bars that was just always in that level. So, but yeah, big move down on Tesla today. That 15 orb there. Once it broke yesterday's lows, nice push down. Let's just see what SPX is doing. Oh, sorry. Took its 15 orb down. So let's see again how that retests. So it's obviously looking very weak right now. So just got to see how it handles yesterday's lows. Like I said, it might try to test that. So I'm just gonna watch that for a couple more minutes, and then honestly, guys, I don't think I'm gonna trade anything today, or at least this morning, unless I can see something really compelling set up on the hourly time frame later. But I'm just gonna watch this for a couple more minutes here, see if it tags that level. Dow's down 172. Ouch. It looks like I'm just kind of seeing Option Sniper tweeted some stuff out. Let me see. They got. I'll go back to SPX in a sec here, but yeah, but Boeing probably got into. Nope. See that? So like I said, it's inside 15 still, so just keep an eye on this. That's your level right there. So if it gets in yet tomorrow's range, and for some reason the market gets some good news or something like that, or trade talks are underway, and we're just kidding or something like that, you can watch that go to the upside. So anyway, that's kind of what we got going on up in here. Kim, how's it going? Oh yeah, iRobot, forgot. Yeah, that had an awesome I don't know, did you catch that one yesterday? Oh, nice one, Kim. Yeah, great. Look at that. There's the 15 right there. Golly, look at that 30. Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Gosh, you'd think it would have had a little better day. Oh, it didn't have earnings. Yeah, it did. It had just gapped up huge and then it didn't do anything yesterday. But nice break there out of that 15 cloud. See that, Harvey? So 15-minute orb with a cloud break. Nice to the upside right there. So that was a good one. And then look at that bar, ridiculous. It's almost too big for me to want to jump in after the 30. I would let it, consolidate or something like that. But that does get wherever. The FOMO. But that was the level right there. If you caught the 15. Now obviously I like to do 30s on the second day, but it doesn't stop you from doing the 15s. But that would have been a nice move right there. Incredible move. Good catch, Kim. Paul, yeah, SPX, QQQ, wave 5 down. I'm still looking at it as a maybe a B correction going on right now. So anyway, there you go. So let's see if this consolidates a little bit. So your 30 is in. Like, let's see if it kind of pauses there for the next 30 minutes and then gives you a measured move to break yesterday's highs. Which after good earnings and all that stuff, I could definitely see that happening. So definitely look at do a magic inside 30 and then a break to the upside. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna bounce, and sorry we didn't put any trades on this morning, but just a little cautious on the market overall, obviously. So it's been pretty choppy this week. So hope everybody has a safe trading day today. And if I see anything interesting, I'll definitely tweet it out. And I will talk to you guys on Sunday. So have a great day, and manage risk first, and then consider your trade next, and minimize losses, and of course preserve your profits. So, all right, guys, have a good